Starfleet, this is the USS Trek. We are under attack by an unknown sign. Shields collapsing. We are operating on limited impulse power. Something materializing dead center of our screen. Some kind of ship. Evasive maneuver. Shields up.
Well, welcome back to another episode of SNG Now. You caught me. I'm working on Star Trek Sirius, which was a show I started, my late wife wrote, back in, well, it was 7 years ago now. So, and we got pretty far with it. Paul Gentry helped me shoot it. I did the bridge set that I can show you up here by expanding this. A lot of people thought I actually corridors. Now it just looks like I photoshopped something, but this is actually a working bridge. And computer. It works from all sides.
You want? I'm busy.
And that's my late wife's voice you're hearing. Her idea was to make this little short to go with that big model I had just finished, and we were going to actually use the real model, but we never got a chance to do that. So I decided to finish the film, and of course it was stopped, and I could see, and when I found the edit, the original edit in C4 Adobe Premiere, I could see that it had stopped was the 5/9/2012, and that was the day she came home and told me she had 4th stage breast cancer, so all work stopped on it. So all these years later, I'm back to it. I'm going to finish it. I think she would really like that. I've got Doug helping me. I've got Matt who's going to help too, Matt Boardman. And I'm slowly but surely working on it. And so as time goes by, I'm going to show you little bits and pieces of it. Eventually, it'll be shown for free. You all get to see it. You don't have to be a Patreon member. So again, this show is about life around the studio and all the things we do here. And if you want to learn more about it, of course, the best place to go is to the Patreon link that you see here. And if you like what you see, you can also become a subscriber. And for $3 a month minimum, you can have access to all of our subscriber content, from articles to videos and much, much more. And I think you'll really enjoy it, and you'll get to learn how to build props and creatures and monsters and all kinds of other stuff. And we have podcasts. So Mary hosts a podcast every week. We have amazing guests on it. We recently just had Darren Doctorman on. We had Jim Lanting just this week from the House of Magic, which is local to us. He has an amazing place there with an escape room and a magic shop and all kinds of different rooms for different arts. Beautiful theater. We encourage you, if you're in Ventura, to go check it out. And we have Doug Drexler coming up pretty soon as a guest as well, which is going to be a lot of fun because you know he's always a guest. So again, you can go to the link here. You can learn more about us and what we do. This week, I've been working on mostly finishing up our film. And the reason for that is that we've been working very hard on the film still. Yes, I know it was finished. I know we had a screening, but there's a lot of things at the screening we didn't like. So Paul Gentry has been working on it for the last 3 weeks, and it's amazing what he's done. It's truly finished now, and we're going to have another screening on June 10th, which is going to be really, really cool. Plus, I've been writing the next one. And we're about to launch an Indiegogo campaign for the next one, which we'll tell you more about when we get more done on that page. So Discovery we're going to get back to next week. Laser Blast gun, which I'm recreating, plus the makeup and some of the other props, we'll get back next week. But right now I've been working on the Seaview, finishing up that project because that is a client-paying project which I need to get out of here next week. And once that's out, we'll be back full-time to the things you really love, like spaceship models and laser blasts. So let's go take a look at where this radio-controlled Mobius Seaview is at currently. And so here we have the Mobius Seaview that most of you are familiar with, because I know many of you built the 8-window version and the 4-window version. And you've seen them built, and you've seen them converted to radio control. And that's what we've been doing in an in-depth, which is a subscriber-based video about the construction, how you take a small plastic model, and to me this is a small model, and turn it into a radio-controlled ship. So I've got pretty much all the components in it. This, of course, is for the lights. Eventually there will be connectors on this. I'll just put this together real quickly. All these parts have to be separate because we have all this radio-controlled stuff inside of it. So, you know, we got this to move the rudders, we got this to move the elevators, we have controls on the back to move the sailplanes, and of course, we have the motors, so that work forward and backwards. To get to all this stuff, to be able to get the cylinder in and out, everything has to be accessible. So the model can't be glued, like this part here cannot be glued on permanently. It has to be removable to gain access to all the technology inside of this model. This one screw here holds down this whole Cadillac fin thing, and it can't come up here because we got pins in here. All the lights are powered by a battery inside this cylinder, which will hook up to some connectors I have. And basically, this is how we open and close the top. And this just pops in like that, slides back, and there we go. And that's the whole boat. And of course, the cylinder will not move around or anything. It's very, very snug. That took a while to do. So we have all the lights in this, which light up beautifully. We've got the cylinder in it. It's the model is active, meaning that it will function. I'll turn it on again. So it's working great. I couldn't be happier. So this is going to get painted, and the last part will be next week. We're going to paint it, we're going to put it in that fish tank, and we're going to balance it and get it to dive under the water and surface again. You'll be able to see all that. So, and then once this is done, we're going to go back to the laser blast gun. And over here, we have the laser blast gun, which I've slowly been working on. Some of you know about that. This is the form that eventually will be all sanded smooth. That's for the gun barrel and the main base of the gun. And we're going to be making molds of all the other different parts and assembling the gun, and of course making molds so we can make more than one. And you'll get to watch all that if you become a member, a subscriber of our Patreon account. Please join us there. So that pretty much does it, except I'll leave you with this. Paul Gentry had a meeting with Charlie Band just a few days ago, and he knows what I'm up to with laser blast, recreation of the gun, and the makeup, and V applying the makeup to me. So who knows what will come out of that meeting. Could be some real neat surprises ahead. So keep watching, and as always, we love you a whole bunch, and we'll see you again next week.